Have you noticed that your legs no longer feel as dependable as they once did? Perhaps standing up from a chair now takes more effort. Maybe climbing the stairs leaves your thighs feeling heavy, or you find yourself reaching for a wall or a piece of furniture when you walk across the room. You may even have started avoiding certain activities because you are worried about losing your balance. When this happens, many people tell themselves, "I am getting older." This is simply what happens. But I want you to understand something important. Although aging does affect muscle strength, becoming weak and unsteady is not always an unavoidable part of later life. Your muscles can continue responding to proper nutrition and appropriate exercise, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The process may be slower than it was when you were younger, but your body has not lost its ability to adapt. Today, I want to talk with you about 6 everyday foods that can help support stronger legs, healthier muscles, and better mobility as you age. None of these foods is a miracle treatment, and no single meal can reverse years of muscle loss. However, when these foods are included consistently as part of a balanced diet and combined with regular movement, they can give your body the nutrients it needs to protect and maintain muscle tissue. Before we continue, I need to make one point very clear. Leg weakness should never be ignored when it appears suddenly or becomes progressively worse. If you experience sudden weakness on one side of your body, facial drooping, difficulty speaking, severe dizziness, chest pain, shortness of breath, numbness, or an unexpected loss of coordination, seek urgent medical attention. You should also speak with your healthcare provider if your legs are becoming weaker. If you have fallen more than once, if you are losing weight without trying, or if weakness is interfering with your ability to perform normal daily activities. With that in mind, let us begin with one of the most practical foods for maintaining muscle after the age of 60. Eggs. Eggs are an excellent source of complete protein. This means they provide all the essential amino acids your body needs but cannot produce by itself. These amino acids are used to repair and maintain muscle tissue. One of the most important amino acids in eggs is leucine. Leucine acts like a signal that tells the body it is time to begin the muscle building and repair process. This becomes especially important as we age because older muscles do not respond to small amounts of protein as efficiently as younger muscles do. In other words, your body may need a stronger nutritional signal to maintain the same amount of muscle. Eggs also provide vitamin B12, choline, selenium, and a small amount of vitamin D. These nutrients support normal nerve function, energy production, and muscle health. Another reason I often recommend eggs is that they are affordable, easy to prepare, and suitable for many different meals. You can enjoy them boiled, poached, scrambled with vegetables, or served with whole grain toast. The mistake many older adults make is eating a breakfast that contains almost no protein. Coffee and toast may be convenient, but they do very little to support your muscles. Adding eggs or another protein-rich food can make breakfast far more useful to your body. For many people, 1 or 2 eggs can fit comfortably into a healthy eating pattern. However, your individual needs may be different. If you have kidney disease, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or specific concerns about cholesterol, discuss your regular egg intake with a qualified healthcare professional who understands your medical history. The second food that deserves your attention is salmon. Salmon provides high-quality protein, but it also contains omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These fats are well known for supporting cardiovascular health, but they may also play a role in maintaining muscle function as we grow older. Chronic inflammation can interfere with muscle recovery and may contribute to the gradual loss of strength. Omega-3 fatty acids help support the body's normal inflammatory response. This does not mean that salmon instantly removes inflammation or rebuilds weak legs. It means that oily fish can be an important part of an overall eating pattern that supports healthier aging. Salmon is also one of the few foods that naturally contains vitamin D. Vitamin D is necessary for healthy bones, normal muscle function, and balance. A deficiency in vitamin D becomes more common with age. Older skin does not produce vitamin D from sunlight as efficiently as younger skin. Many people also spend less time outdoors, particularly if walking has become difficult. Low vitamin D levels can sometimes contribute to muscle weakness, but supplementation should not be based on guesswork. A healthcare professional can determine whether testing is appropriate and whether you need a supplement. For general nutrition, many adults can benefit from eating fish approximately twice a week. Salmon is a good choice, but it is not the only one. Sardines, trout, herring, and mackerel also provide protein and beneficial omega-3 fats. Fresh fish can be expensive, so do not overlook frozen or canned options. Frozen fish can be just as nutritious as fresh fish, and canned salmon or sardines can be an affordable addition to salads, whole grain toast, or simple meals. Just remember to check the sodium content of canned products, especially if you have high blood pressure, heart failure, or kidney problems. The third food is plain Greek yogurt. One of the most common nutritional problems I see in older adults is an uneven distribution of protein throughout the day. Many people eat very little protein at breakfast, a small amount at lunch, and then try to consume most of it at dinner. Your muscles may benefit more when protein is spread across your main meals rather than concentrated in one large serving at the end of the day. Greek yogurt is useful because it contains a meaningful amount of protein in a relatively small portion. It is also soft and easy to eat, which can be especially helpful for people who have difficulty chewing or who have a reduced appetite. Plain Greek yogurt usually contains less added sugar than flavored varieties. Some flavored yogurts appear healthy but contain nearly as much sugar as a dessert. You can improve the flavor naturally by adding berries, sliced fruit, cinnamon, nuts, or seeds. This creates a simple meal or snack that provides protein, fiber, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Fermented dairy products may also contain beneficial bacteria that support digestive health. Scientists continue to study how the bacteria living in the digestive system may influence inflammation, nutrient absorption, and muscle function. The research is still developing, so yogurt should not be described as a cure for muscle loss. Its clearest benefit is that it provides accessible, high-quality protein. If ordinary dairy products cause digestive discomfort, lactose-free Greek yogurt may be easier to tolerate. Some people also manage fermented dairy better than regular milk. For those who do not eat dairy, fortified soy yogurt is often a more protein-rich alternative. Almond, oat, and coconut yogurts can also be used, but many contain very little protein. Always read the nutrition label instead of assuming that every yogurt alternative provides the same benefits. The fourth food is spinach and other dark leafy vegetables. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, and similar vegetables provide a range of nutrients that support muscle, nerve, bone, and cardiovascular health. These vegetables contain magnesium, folate, vitamin C, vitamin K, fiber, and naturally occurring nitrates. Your body can convert dietary nitrates into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps blood vessels relax and supports healthy circulation. Better circulation allows oxygen and nutrients to reach working muscles more efficiently. This does not mean that eating spinach will immediately make your legs stronger. Its value comes from supporting the systems your muscles depend on. Magnesium is also involved in normal muscle contraction and relaxation. However, it is important not to assume that every muscle cramp is caused by a magnesium deficiency. Leg cramps can occur for many reasons. Dehydration, certain medications, nerve problems, circulation disorders, prolonged sitting, and some medical conditions can all contribute. If cramps are frequent, severe, or accompanied by swelling, numbness, weakness, skin discoloration, or pain while walking, speak with your healthcare provider. Leafy vegetables can be eaten raw, but many older adults find cooked greens easier to chew and digest. Cooking also reduces their volume, allowing you to eat a useful portion without having to consume a very large salad. You can add spinach to scrambled eggs, soup, beans, pasta, or a fish dish. A small amount of olive oil can improve the flavor and help your body absorb certain fat-soluble nutrients. There is one important precaution. If you take warfarin or another medication affected by vitamin K, do not suddenly make large changes to your intake of leafy green vegetables. This does not mean you must avoid them. The key is consistency. Your healthcare provider may adjust your medication based on your usual diet, so major dietary changes should be discussed with them. The fifth food is beets. Beets are different from eggs, fish, and yogurt because they are not a major source of protein. Their potential benefit comes largely from their natural nitrate content. As I mentioned earlier, the body can convert dietary nitrates into nitric oxide. This may improve blood flow and help muscles use oxygen more efficiently during physical activity. Some research suggests that nitrate-rich foods may support exercise performance, particularly during walking or other endurance activities. However, beets should not be treated as a medication or a guaranteed solution for poor circulation. They are simply one useful food that can support an overall healthy diet. You do not need to drink large amounts of concentrated beet juice. Roasted, steamed, or grated beets can be included in an ordinary meal. Try combining beets with a real source of protein, such as salmon, eggs, beans, lentils, chicken, tofu, or Greek yogurt. That combination gives your muscles both nutritional support and the amino acids needed for repair. Do not be alarmed if beets temporarily turn your urine or stool pink or red. This is often harmless. However, unexplained blood in the urine or stool should never be dismissed, particularly if the discoloration continues when you have not eaten beets. People with a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones may need to limit beets because they can be high in oxalates. Beets may also contribute to a modest reduction in blood pressure. This can be beneficial, but anyone who experiences dizziness or lightheadedness should discuss it with a healthcare professional. The sixth food is extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil does not build muscle directly because it contains no protein. It cannot replace eggs, fish, yogurt, beans, or another protein source. Its role is to support the overall environment your muscles need to function well. Extra virgin olive oil contains monounsaturated fat and plant compounds known as polyphenols. When it replaces butter, shortening, or heavily processed fats, it can contribute to a heart-healthy eating pattern. Healthy blood vessels are essential for healthy legs. Your muscles need a reliable supply of oxygen and nutrients, and that supply depends on circulation. Olive oil can also make vegetables, beans, fish, and whole grains more enjoyable. This matters because a healthy diet only works when you can follow it consistently. You can use olive oil in a salad dressing, drizzle it over cooked vegetables, add it to beans, or use a small amount when preparing eggs or fish. However, olive oil is highly concentrated in calories. 1 tablespoon contains approximately 120 calories. More is not always better. The best approach is to use olive oil as a replacement for less healthy fats rather than pouring large amounts over food without considering the total calories in your diet. Store olive oil in a dark bottle away from heat and direct sunlight. Exposure to heat, air, and light can reduce its quality over time. Now, we need to discuss the most important part of this entire conversation. Food alone is not enough to keep your legs strong. Your muscles require a reason to remain strong, and that reason comes from movement. Muscle tissue adapts when it is challenged. You do not necessarily need heavy weights or an expensive gym membership. Depending on your current strength and physical condition, your starting point may be as simple as standing up from a sturdy chair several times, performing heel raises while holding a stable counter, walking for a few minutes, or exercising with a resistance band. The movement creates a demand. Protein and good nutrition provide the material your body uses to respond to that demand. Think of exercise as the message and nutrition as the building supply. You need both. For many older adults, strength-building activities 2 or more days each week can help support muscle function. Regular walking and balance exercises can also improve mobility and confidence, but your safety must come first. If you have recently fallen, experienced dizziness, feel chest pain, or unusual shortness of breath during activity, use a walking aid, or have a serious joint, heart, nerve, or balance condition, speak with a healthcare professional before beginning a new exercise program. You may benefit from working with a physical therapist, particularly if you are unsure which movements are safe for you. It is also important to consider whether you are eating enough food overall. Some older adults focus so heavily on avoiding sugar, fat, salt, or cholesterol that they gradually begin eating too little. When the body does not receive enough energy, It may break down muscle tissue to meet its needs. Ask yourself whether you are eating regular meals. Consider whether you are receiving enough protein at breakfast and lunch. Pay attention to whether your clothes are becoming looser or whether your weight is dropping without intention. Unexplained weight loss in an older adult should always be taken seriously. It may be related to poor appetite, dental problems, difficulty swallowing, medication side effects, depression, digestive disorders, or another medical issue that needs evaluation. The goal is not to follow a perfect diet. The goal is to give your body enough nutrition to maintain strength, recover from activity, and continue performing the movements that support an independent life. So where should you begin? Begin with one realistic change. You could add eggs or plain Greek yogurt to your breakfast. You might replace processed meat with fish for 1 or 2 meals each week. You could add a serving of cooked leafy vegetables to lunch or dinner. You may decide to use a small amount of olive oil instead of butter, then combine that change with a safe form of movement. Stand up from your chair a few times while keeping a stable surface nearby. Take a short walk after a meal. Practice lifting your heels while holding the kitchen counter. Start with what your body can safely manage today. Do not compare yourself with someone 20 years younger. Do not compare yourself with a fitness video on the internet. Your starting point is your own body, your own health, and your own level of ability. Progress does not need to be dramatic to be meaningful. Standing up more easily, walking slightly farther, feeling steadier in the bathroom, or climbing one flight of stairs with less effort are all valuable improvements. Your legs are responsible for far more than exercise. They help you get out of bed in the morning. They allow you to prepare food, walk through the grocery store, visit family members, and leave your home with confidence. Strong legs support independence. They also reduce the fear that often develops after a fall or a period of illness. Aging may change your body, but it does not mean you should stop supporting it. Your muscles still need protein. Your bones still need nutrients. Your heart and blood vessels still need healthy food. Your nervous system still needs regular movement and practice. You may not notice a difference after one meal or one exercise session. Meaningful change usually develops through small actions repeated consistently over time. Eat a reliable source of protein at each main meal. Include vegetables and other minimally processed foods. Stay physically active within your abilities. Rest when your body needs recovery, and seek professional help when weakness, pain, or balance problems continue to worsen. You cannot control every part of aging, but you can influence how you nourish your body, how often you move, and how quickly you respond when something feels wrong. Your next meal will not transform your legs overnight, but the choices you repeat over the coming weeks and months can help protect your strength, your balance, and your independence. Take care of your muscles now, because mobility is about much more than walking. It is about continuing to live your life on your own terms.